Welcome back to the Unanimous Decision Podcast. I am your host, D Palm. Follow me on Instagram, Blue Sky, all across the socials at DPalm66. Follow the show on YouTube. That's right, YouTube, dragging this podcast into 2015, one episode at a time. Follow us there at UDPod66. You found us. Don't you dare lose us. Subscribe on iTunes. Subscribe on Spotify. Subscribe everywhere you get your podcasts for free 99. As always, brought to you by the good folks at the MTR Network. Make sure you check out all of our podcast offerings, including the latest insanity check from Ro and Chris. I had nothing to do with any of it, I promise. Also, we're brought to you by DanielPalmerMortgages.com. If you can pay your rent, you can pay a mortgage. It's my job to help you qualify. Make sure you check out my other podcasting venture, Life, Love, and Real Estate. New episode dropped on Wednesday talking about getting ready for 2026, whether that means business planning or getting ready to buy your new home. We are going to be excited to be talking to you all about that through different phases of the process. But right now, today, I have got back with you for a Halloween edition of Felder Friday. What up, Felder?
What's going on, man? I can't keep wearing this hat. My headphones don't.
No, me neither. No, you're good. I'll take
okay, we're good.
We're good.
Can we address the issue at hand though? This is the Stetson Panama.
I can't. So behind the curtains for 2 seconds. I dressed up as the man in black from Westworld.
No,
Susan was Dolores,
and
that was our little Halloween party thing. So I bought this hat for $20. I'll show up wearing it. Felder's like, "Oh, I got a hat," and pulls out this baller shit. Then I'm just like, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. I'm taking mine off in shame. You're taking yours off for functionality, but at the same time, I'm glad that I don't have to sit and compare my hat to your hat game.
Bro, that's a Stetson Panama. That's a $180 hat. Like, don't play with me. Don't play with me.
That was a $20 Party City purchase.
No, this one.
I mean, you just dunk on my ass, man. Come on.
No, well, what happened? Here's the story behind it.
Tell me.
My kid loves Jurassic Park.
Good kid.
And so Dotson here, and Dotson's got on a Panama hat.
He does.
And so my wife bought my kid like a same as you, like a $15-$20 Panama hat. And I was like, I'm gonna get a real one. And I got a real one, and I was like, look at him. I was like, I like this one. This one fits. That shit was $100. Mine was $180. I see him now. I'm looking at him online right now. There's $200 hat now. So, you know,
hat, dog.
Inflation, tariffs.
Real. Oh man, well, we're dropping this on Halloween. Happy Halloween to everyone who celebrates. Which
happy Halloween.
Don't be weird.
What are you doing for Halloween?
So there is a Halloween party in our neighborhood with a couple of ours, and they've got a baby who's 6 months older than or younger than Matthew. So we're gonna go over there at least Friday night. I don't know, like we don't live in a neighborhood that's like rife with kids.
Right.
I might do the setup with you talked about, where I get the table out the front because my house is down a hill and kids ain't gonna walk down that hill. So I might just sit at the front of the thing and see if we get anyone. At the very least, watch UNC and drink some wild turkey. Do a full What are you with for Halloween? I am Michael Felder.
Yeah, that might be your costume.
I got an Astros hat upstairs too.
Yeah, put on an Astros hat, sit out there. I'm ready for Halloween. Like I'm literally like I'm going through the whole deal. Like I know we have to go to this block party that's one street over.
Smart.
We're going to that. That starts at 5. It's going to get the kids. It's going to start the kids. Like let them get amplified.
Good and revved. Yep.
And then by the time trick or treat ends, they're going to be ready to go to bed.
For sure.
And that's all. Sure. Like Halloween. What are the hours in your mind for Halloween or for trick or treat?
Well, it's different because I've got a toddler, so like the whole thing's turned off.
No. I'm just saying in general, not like as a toddler.
The house, I don't get many trick or treaters. So in my mind, historically,
yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Historically,
it was like 8 on. Like I don't know, man.
8 on?
Maybe that's too early. I am
8 p.m.
I have not trick or treated in over 30 years. Like this.
What I'm saying is,
asking me questions.
Trick or treat starts at 6.
Okay, cool.
So or 7, 6, 7.
Boo.
Yeah, I love it. But I think trick or treat starts at 6.
Okay.
And it usually ends around between 8 and 8:30.
So so time out. You're obviously a vet of this dadding thing.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean we're trick or treating when there's no darkness? Like, have we eliminated darkness from trick or treating?
The sun is coming down. Sun is coming down. Hang on, let me see.
This is gonna get me on my Fox News, man.
No, not Fox. Fox. What?
I'm about to be Fox News. Like we used to be a proper country. We're weakening these kids. Man, if you left the house without a flashlight, you were lost. Like you didn't have anything. Like,
how these kids gonna be lost? I got my kid AirTag.
See,
what?
That's a different. I have a Palmer free space set aside right now, and I'm not going to waste it on the security apparatus that we've evolved in this country.
Sunset on Halloween. My zip code.
Like it's never been safer to be an American, right?
6:29.
Yeah, but that's like dusk. Like that. We're not talking about. I'm talking about being out there playing flashlight tag. Like I want like.
I like that.
So do I. We used to be a proper country. It's all I'm saying. If you kids decide at 7:30, man, what are we doing?
We used to we used to also not have school shootings. So like,
they in school. They okay. All right, you're right. The world has changed. It's a different world.
All I'm saying. It's a different world than where you come from.
I'm gonna go drink water out the hose after this, just so I can feel
right.
better.
No, all I'm saying is, we're gonna go to this little block party. My kid's gonna be so thrilled because she's gonna have pizza twice.
And that's what it's really about. It's about the kids having fun. So let me take away my judgment.
I want to hear. Yeah, I want to. So I'm gonna give you your space, and then I'm gonna get my space, and then we're gonna talk about some football, and we're gonna talk about Brian Kelly, his bitch ass getting fucking fired.
Let's talk about my space, because this has been a largely football podcast this fall because football's just been happening. It's also been a job search podcast, like brought to you by LinkedIn because everyone keeps getting fired. But I want to say this right now. We're 2 weeks back into the NBA season. Felder, I'm fucked. My sleep schedule's fucked. The West is too good. I'm staying up late. Watch this.
How about them Hornets?
You and Floyd both talk about the fucking Hornets. I love it. I love it. Be excited. This is the time of the year for be excited. You know what I'm hating more than anything else that I knew I would hate? The Amazon Prime, or is it Peacock? Whoever's got it. The Michael Jordan interstitials.
I haven't seen those.
Dog. So apparently Mike Tirico sat down with Jordan for like an hour in the offseason. And they're going to be doling these out in 3-minute clips over the season.
Oh, no.
Dog. He gave the old man yells at cloud thing about, in my day, if we could play, we played. We didn't rest.
I saw Charles Barkley say the same thing.
And everyone's like, in my day, well, same thing you just said to me. Our days don't exist anymore. Our days were our days. These are their days.
Yeah.
And for everyone to say, oh, well, you got to listen to Mike because he's the best who ever do it. That no one could ever be as good. I echo Steve Kerr. Basketball can't be the only place where evolution works backwards. It can't be.
Right.
I refuse to accept it. And so for me, if these are normally, like you do media, media. If you've got a long form interview, the first 3 clips you give are going to be fire. They're supposed to be, because you got to hook us for the rest. If these are the clips we're starting with, bro, it's going to be tough sledding come All-Star break.
Yeah. That's reality. I mean, I don't know if you watched it, and I have a call about it tomorrow.
Ooh, what?
The video series that I worked on with Ed Reed. Did you watch any of it?
I haven't watched it yet. No.
Dude, I picked every play. It's fucking fire. Like, for real.
Excited. I'm excited.
I picked a play that a Hall of Famer is like, oh, this is a good one. And
I would tell you I'm gonna watch it tonight, but tonight Susan and I are watching the Love Is Blind reunion. So,
dude, I hate that show so much, and it's so mean to people.
It's so mean.
It's so mean to people, and I do hate it. And my wife does watch. So, here's the thing: I don't watch the show.
You're in the room when it's on.
I'm in the room when it's on.
That was Game of Thrones. That was Susan was Game of Thrones. I was like, I'm in the room when it's on. Exactly.
I'm in the room when it's on. I'm having a whiskey, and I've got one AirPod in, and the other one out, so that I can hear when she wants me to respond to her.
Smart man.
But I also do not care about anything that's happening in the show, and I do not care about anyone on the show, and I don't think anyone on the show should be cared about.
I will say this: the first season, maybe the second.
I watched
like,
the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, I'm saying, but like those are the last time it was truly like these people are entering an experiment. They stopped calling it an experiment. They call it a television show now because that's what it is. It's people trying to get famous, hit for a lick or whatever. So like when I'm mean about these people on the internet in a couple days with Susan on the YouTube exclusive on this podcast, I don't feel an ounce of scintilla of guilt.
You should
about what I'm
you
gonna
should
say
hit
about
my wife up. She will talk to you guys about this. Like she truly I'll let her use my office for one time.
I think I gotta talk to Susan. I think we're gonna record Halloween night. So we'll see if we can actually.
Oh no, my wife's gonna be busy on Halloween night, baby.
Like, that's her.
Are you kidding me?
Her Super Bowl.
we're going to the block party. That's again one block over. We're going to the block party. It's in the listen. I've been gearing up to get into this cul-de-sac in a big way, and I've been working so hard because it's safer than my street.
Yeah.
And it's also a lot of good people over there. Although I will say this: I got one neighbor who thinks that the people in the cul-de-sac are mean, and I'm like, oh, it's because you suck.
Yeah, you're the one who sucks.
Like, are you telling me that these like 8 white ladies, they like me more than like you, another white lady?
Yeah, that's a look in the mirror situation.
You got to look in the mirror.
Speaking of people who suck,
I'm talking to the man in the mirror.
Speaking of people who suck,
yeah,
Brian Kelly lost his job, and I want to make something very clear. I know we talked about this on Tuesday. Brian Kelly lost his job because he sucks.
Yeah.
The 3 teams he's lost to this year are all top 10 teams right now, as of this recording.
Mm-hmm.
That's imminently survivable, unless everyone fucking hates you. So we talked about it on Tuesday. More reporting's come out since then. What was your knee-jerk reaction? Which, again, I'm going to say this. I'm repeating myself. I don't give a shit. If you're going to fire him before 8:30 on a Sunday night. Like, this is fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I went to bed at 8 o'clock on Sunday because I was tired. I was like, I was in my bag on Sunday. I wrote a whole post for my Substack. It's felder.substack.com. Wrote a whole post. And I put all my feelings into it. I was like, he's probably going to get fired, blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, I closed the computer.
Yeah.
Had a whiskey.
You went full writer. You closed the computer. You lit your pipe. You had a whiskey. You're like, I retire early this evening.
Yeah. And then I woke up in the morning. And here's the thing: I didn't check my phone. I just woke up. It's Monday.
Yeah.
I wake up and I take my kid to school, and then I work.
Routine. Yeah.
I work drop off, and I'm moving cars and all that. I go to the grocery store to look for croissants because that's the kind of kid I have. She don't like the small one. She doesn't want the full ass croissant.
Which, for the record, I know you're talking about something else. Croissants should cost $100 a piece. Have you ever seen them get made? Holy shit, that's a lot of work.
Oh, I can make a croissant.
Well, you can make most things because you're a crazy person. But keep going. You're in the grocery store. I assume Harris Teeter?
Yeah, Harris Teeter. Trying to find the croissants. They don't have any. I grabbed some extra Halloween candy just to make sure I don't run out. I'm very scared of like running out of candy. That is like a big fear of mine. And then I open my phone finally when I get home and unload the car, and I'm like, oh.
Wait, so this is my question. No, not one dad said shit to you in the drop-off line?
No.
They know what you do.
No, they don't.
Some of them do.
Not really.
Okay, cool. Then
I would say in a pickup line of probably, I'll say we probably do 300 to 400 cars.
Yeah.
I think 3 know what I do. But out of those 3, there's 2 Clemson fans. And I think there's one guy, the other guy, Kyle. I don't think Kyle follows sports. I think he just knows what I do.
Just happens to know that you do.
I don't think. So
you unload the car, you get everything put away, and you finally open your phone.
And then I open my phone, and I'm like, oh. So I have to go on. And I felt proud of myself because I scheduled a post. And then I had to go in and edit the post and be like, just because the post was set to air at 9 a.m. I was like, oh, so I got time. So I put edit. Hang on. I got it right here.
Read it to us.
All right, here we go. Let me pull it up. Because I literally was like, Like my whole thing, the headline is 4 hard downs, which I do every Monday.
Mhm.
Halloween, Hoosiers, and Hart.
Okay.
And then I had to go in and put edit. I finished this post just after 5 p.m. on Sunday, scheduled it for 9 a.m. today. We had a swim meet that took the piss out of me, so I went to bed early. Got up to take my kid to school and didn't check my phone until after drop off. Lo and behold, it happened. It happened while I was sleeping. Brian Kelly out at LSU. So this was filed before the news, but you'll get to see where my head was at about Kelly to the prior to the news breaking. And so here's what I said, but there's some really nice things actually, like this whole girl dad thing, the
Go to the Substack, guys. Subscribe to
Josh
the Substack.
Josh Jolie thing. Oh no, buddy. And so this is pre him getting fired.
Right.
Any
It's like building the case.
Yeah, this is before he got fired. Speaking of putting up almost a 50 burger, A&M, woo boy, LSU fans are not just fed up, they're embarrassed. You don't just walk into Death Valley and run the score up on LSU, unless I guess if that coach is Brian Kelly. Between the actual score, 49-25, his sideline demeanor, and not being able to figure out that A&M was going to push his very good linebacker core wide to keep them out of the game, it was all trash. I know there was no Witt Weeks, but there was a West Weeks and a Harold Perkins Jr. The inability to adjust, to have the DBs realize what was going on, and to not get to not get anything from the offense was a coaching failure. Folks are hot right now. Video. LSU fans are mad. Notre Dame fans are saying, I told you so. Penn State fans are sitting there looking the other way like, please don't be us. Kelly is going to get ousted. This is what I said before he got fired. Kelly is going to get ousted. I just hope it doesn't impact my schedule. Granted, it's bye week before Bama. Probably means it's going to happen. This is going to be another problem for me.
That's a great read and prediction because honestly, when we heard the rumors of like having conversations, I was like, okay, they're firing that OC. Like that was kind of what everyone thought. And that was the original initial reporting. We were recording this on Wednesday. More may have come out before this goes live. But as of this recording, the rumor now is that they had no intention of retaining Brian Kelly when that meeting started.
Yeah. So they knew.
They knew.
And I'm literally I have to do another podcast after this. And my thoughts are I'm looking I wrote yesterday about something that I really do think is important, is how do you build a culture?
Mhm.
And what does culture mean in specific to college football? I don't know if it goes across the board, honestly. Like, I don't know how it works with individual sports. I don't know how it works with like sports where you can like, go to the Olympics or go to the NBA. Like, I don't think I don't know that they all work the same.
Right.
But with football, like it's again, and I hate to use this cliche, but I think it's 100% accurate. It's the ultimate team sport.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's too many people for it to be like basketball, baseball. You can have one standout who kind of leads the pack. With football, your quarterback can be awesome, but if he don't get blocking or they can't catch, then you're fucked.
Right. And so I wrote about that, and now I'm going to do this podcast. This is just a solo joint, but you can't be a phony and you can't be an idiot.
And like those are
and
great
if you're
points
both,
about
bless
PK.
your heart.
Yeah, those are great points about him. But I want to say this, like, it was the arrogance, and it was the coming. It was coming into a program and saying, "Oh, your S&C's been here forever. We don't need that dude no more."
And he's stunning on them.
Oh my goodness! It's the arrogance. It's the of saying we don't want former players on the program. It is
you can't do that.
Obvious, because that's how you kill a culture.
Right.
It's the obvious distaste of other people. Dog, I didn't realize this while I was recording last week or earlier this week. He left South Bend, Indiana for Baton Rouge, and no one came with him.
Yeah, I know.
They were like, we like shoveling snow, dog. We're good. That's crazy to me. Boomstick.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy to me. And that's indicative of who he is as a person. You and I have always heard stories for years. You're seeing kind of the notebook dumps happening this week with kids coming out and saying that they were forced to be medically retired by Brian Kelly. He hadn't spoken to some players who had dire medical conditions the second they were useless to him. I remind everyone he killed that kid on the scissor lift. Like,
Yeah.
it's wild that not wild. It is indicative of the transitory time of college football, because you could be this asshole and still be looked at as a great coach for a very long time. You could do this.
I don't think you can. I don't
Not
think
anymore,
you could.
no.
Well, no. I don't think you could before either. No one at Notre Dame. Let me ask you this. How many people from Cincinnati, from Notre Dame, are going like, well, he's such a good guy?
There's not one press member in any pocket of the country where he's
press. There's no players.
There's no one. There's no one coming out and saying, "Hey, man, y'all misunderstand BK." Everyone hears these stories and like, "Nah, Tim, that's about right."
Like, I know Brandon Wimbush. I did Brandon Wimbush. I did his commitment video. I was there in the little pizzeria that we did the video in. I'm in the video with him.
That's what's up.
I did it. He went to he found out. I was there when he found out he got into Notre Dame. He is one of the quarterbacks, and then you go back and look through the list of quarterbacks that he's had, right?
Yeah.
Each one of them went from here to here. They didn't get better underneath him. Who?
Jaden.
Jaden didn't get better underneath him. Jaden was Jaden.
Yeah, he's had better. I got you. I see what you're saying. Yeah. He didn't.
He had better players around him.
I got you. That's fair.
And Jaden don't never say nothing about Brian Kelly.
Dog, that's the one I'm like, hey man, because I was reading some of like the postscripts of Brian Kelly. It's like he did coach one Heisman winning quarterback at LSU. I was like, hold on, everyone relax. We start giving Brian Kelly credit for Jaden fucking Davis.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no, he didn't do like, and he beat these guys down.
Mm-hmm.
Deshaun Kaiser.
Yep.
Brandon Wimbush.
Yep.
Was he there? I think Tommy Reese.
Did you see him on the sidelines on Saturday when they had the long punt back, and he goes to the special teams coordinator and says, "That's going to cost you your fucking job." And I'm like, Brian, you cannot behave this way in public.
Well, here's the thing. You're down by 3 scores, right? And what are you doing? Bro, you need to talk. You know who you should be talking to? The coordinator. Any of your captains on defense. Any of your captains on offense. If you're going to win this game, folks are so like they were begging recruits to be like, hey man, we're going to get it right. Like fans are begging recruits who are walking out. Lamar, please just like stick with us. Please. We're going to be good again. Bro, they got their ass whooped. 49 points in 49 points in Death Valley
at night.
And
I think that's kind of one of the more galling things about this, because let's take it back, go backwards to go forwards. You brought up culture.
Don't steal my line.
I'm fully attribute. You're right here. It's when I say it, when you're not here, you got to be worried. But you talk about culture and like how you build it in the football team.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, "Oh, Brian Kelly didn't bring any. They didn't buy into his culture. Or he didn't bring any culture." Culture can be set or like established by the leader, by the head coach, or by the figurehead. It has to be implemented by the lower troops. It has to be bought into by your generals on the team,
right?
Your defensive captains, your offensive captains, your coordinators, and then it's disseminated and you held to a standard. When I was in high school, the first year my coach was at our school, very rich, preppy, whatever, high school. He found out all of his seniors were drinking during the season. He says, we don't do that here. They kept doing it. So he decided to bench every starter and played the rest of the season with freshmen and sophomores. From that point forward, those freshmen and sophomores bought in, and they have a very, when I was there, I don't know, 20 years ago, we had a very strict, you can't party in season. We don't party in the season, we party off season. And so if we caught someone, my senior year, we caught a sophomore partying in season. And on a Sunday, we brought him to a field that we had access to, and the seniors ran with him. We ran every sprint of punishment. And he said, why are y'all doing this? Because we want you to see how important this is to us. The culture that we've built and brought into is so important to us that we're willing to put ourselves through the same shit we're putting you through so that you understand it better. And
I mean, that's
culture. That's a buy-in.
That's culture. It's a buy. Again, I when I wrote about it, I wrote you either buy in or you have to pay a buyout.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think about it a lot. The first time it ever occurred to me was Dean Smith. I grew up a UNC fan.
Yeah.
And then ultimately I ended up going to UNC. But the whole point there was Dean Smith asked you to do stuff. And if you didn't do it, what he would do is have you sit on the sideline. So you got a 15-man roster?
Yeah.
Okay. Me, you, 15 other guys, or 13 other guys if we're doing math. So you fuck up, you go sit on the sidelines, and then you watch your 14 other teammates run suicides because you fucked up. How does that make you feel?
Right.
It doesn't feel good.
Hell no.
So you don't want to let them down again.
Exactly.
And I think that's important. But for me, with Brian Kelly, I think that he didn't have that. He does not have the I fucked up.
That's the next thing I want to talk about, because you and I, God, we've been friends for 10, 15 years now.
Yeah.
One of the common themes of our friendship is when things go wrong for Brian Kelly, we guarantee he's going to blame someone else.
Always.
I can write his press conferences as the game is going down the tubes.
So can AI.
Oh, a lot of them, occasional we, just to bring it back to the circle. But he's always like, our offense, our defense, my offense, my defense,
right?
My staff wasn't prepared. Never that. Never. It's we're going to fix it. It's never I'm going to fix it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
the old saying, failure has, or success has many fathers, but failure is an orphan.
Yeah.
And he was a motherfucker kicking out these orphans.
Well, like, here's the reality, though. I mean, not to like move the subject, but like we're watching the same thing with Colorado.
That one's interesting. Again, we don't do this. We don't talk about this before. And that's the next topic I had on my list, because I'm in a weird place, because you're right. This is what's happening in Colorado.
They're fucking terrible.
It's happening largely for two reasons, in my opinion. One, Deion is considerably less interested now that his son's in the NFL.
Sure.
But two,
you don't get to be that as a coach. I'm sorry.
Well, two, he's very sick.
Yeah, I know.
Like, this is, we're talking about the end of Deion's coaching career. He's going to be in TV next year. This is physically untenable for him.
Then quit, because it's not fair to the kids.
I agree.
It's not fair to them. If you're not physically capable of doing the job, then don't do it. Don't do it.
But he's also a man who whose ego is set up in a way where he can't say,
be an ambassador to the program.
Grow up. Be an adult.
Yeah, I'm
coach emeritus or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah. But no.
This can't be, because that Utah game was an embarrassment. That was really like, oh, it's time for him to do this. Time for him to go.
Like, if you're this sick, you're this hurt, quit. Stop.
So this is my next question. I wanted to use Deion Sanders to kind of springboard into. Amateurism's been dead. It was dead from the moment they invented the words student athlete.
Sure.
But it's been accelerated in the last few years. We could talk, even if you wanted to, about them allowing kids to gamble on pro sports starting November 1st. Like, that's all a huge fucking problem. Is this reaction, is this coaching kind of things that are happening that we're seeing, is this the trailing result? Because in the two examples we're talking about here, Brian Kelly, there have been more firings before Halloween than I think I've ever seen in my lifetime in college football.
Well, I think go ahead.
With Brian Kelly, it feels like you mentioned, as the fans are trying to talk recruits not into leaving, that felt like hey, we don't like you and it's not going anywhere. Let's get you out of here. And with Deion, it feels like they're keeping him around because of the brand of what he means to like the image of the program. So is this the trailing result where it's kind of like we're still with professional sports? This is a pro sports now, but are we going to start seeing the turnarounds like we see in pro sports where you're not given 2 full recruiting cycles? Maybe you're given a year and a half. Like, why couldn't this shit get right? Get the fuck out, man. Like, is this what we're going to be expecting? We're going to see a lot more of these kind of Octobers, do you think? Or is this kind of a level set?
I think I still think we need a couple of years more to even out.
Okay.
But I think so. I'm going to address each point. I think
Right on.
early signing day means you have to fire a coach to hire a coach.
Yes.
You have to do it before the December day, which I hate, just for the record.
Yeah.
I want to be very clear on that. I hate the early signing day. I hate it for multiple reasons. Reason number one, I think that the kids don't actually get to see a true vision of what school is like.
Right.
Like, I don't know if we've talked about this before, but taking an official visit in the summer is ass. Taking an official visit during the season is ass.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about this. You're a football player, right?
Yep.
Who they get to host recruits on
Football
actual
players.
No. I'm saying who the football players they get to host recruits like on a day they have a game?
Oh yeah.
Me.
The other guys. Other guys.
Me. They get me.
I got you. Game day host.
And you know what you get? You get lost. Because I'm trying to go see my girlfriend. And you are I take all the money that they give me and I buy drinks for myself. And then I don't know how you got back to the Carolina Inn, but I'm going to see my girlfriend. I got a pocket full of cash. So fuck you. That's just reality.
You're wondering why UNC recruiting dipped around the mid 2000s, here's your answer. Felder was tricking on that money, man.
Well, you shouldn't have fucking asked me to do a thing I didn't want to do.
But like, and this is
I wanted to go to Monterey's on Friday with my friends. Not
well, you talked about
hang out with an 18-year-old.
Like for me, I went my recruiting trips were all done during wrestling season, which sucked for other reasons.
Sure, yeah.
But you're going to have to sacrifice something to go on these trips. You're 100% right. But these kids are not afforded the opportunity to see.
Right. They don't get to hang out with like the fucking dope ass players that they like. They don't get to hang out with those guys because those guys are worried about winning a football game
to get their coach paid. Let's make that very clear.
And then so I meant like I don't like the early signing day anyways.
No. And
then I loved the end of January. And this is Carolina specific, but the end of January, right before the February signing day, UNC always has some sort of a big basketball game.
Yeah.
And you could actually show those kids like a time and have a great time. And they'd be with like the stars from the football team.
Right. It was some, yeah. I feel like somebody.
You see what I'm saying? Like they would feel like important. Like I hate this whole. I hate it. If you can't take your official visit during the season, these kids they are locked in. They are locked in. So it's just ridiculous. But the point is you have that. So early signing.
Okay.
Then you throw in. Let me see what else I wrote down. The gambling part which you mentioned.
Yeah.
Which are we going to talk about that with the NBA? Because God.
I had some stuff, but we can talk like that's the I was writing down the rundown for this. That was the rub was do we talk about off the court stuff more because there's some interesting games this week. Georgia, Florida, Pitt State, Ohio State, which could be hilarious.
All right, let's do the games and then we can do the gambling. I just want to talk about it because I think there's two things that I think about.
Let's talk about let's talk about games. And then we'll talk about gambling. And one day I'll get my show back and be able to run it myself. Like that's my ultimate goal is to be able to run my own show. But we're going to do this.
That's a me thing.
Let's go to Georgia, Florida first because Chad talked me off the ledge. I'm still a little nervous about the dead cap bounce because there is talent in that Florida roster. But he's taught me into Gunner Stockton. I refuse to do it now, Felder. I'm not going to do. I'm not going to Stetson Bennett this. I was an early person who said Stetson Bennett couldn't do it. He did it twice, and I had to be that lonely guy on the corner but it could have been better. I'm buying in Gunner. I'm in. It could go poorly.
I bought in on him early.
I know you did. I'm late. I'm happy being late. I'll be fine being late. I didn't want to be early. So I'll be a little late to Gunner, but I'm in. Gunner finds a way to win all the cliche things we said about Tim Tebow and with the Broncos. He just got the will to win. He finds a way, gets it done. These fourth quarters are not sustainable, in my opinion, on the way I look at football. But hey, How am I to argue with the results? How is Gunner going to win this game for him on Saturday?
I mean, he's just gonna play his game, dog. What do you mean? How is he gonna win the game?
You're right. I'm just trying to get some topics going, but I'll say this: this weather with the reaches from the Hurricane Melissa,
Yeah, I know.
That could change a lot of things in Jacksonville.
But for who?
We could see I could see the development of this running attack from Georgia, which I felt has been
that's what
opportunistic, if not dominant.
That's what I was gonna say. Is which one of them runs the football?
Well, now it's a self-scouting mission. Now that I've accepted Georgia's probably going to win, I'm self-scouting, honestly. I'm like over here like, what can we do? What can we find? How can we find different wrinkles? The running quarterback thing will always bug me, but it's gonna be a part of the game plan on Saturday. And I, for one, just hope for no injuries and a big win.
Georgia's better at running the football than Florida.
Yes.
Then just run the football.
You're asking Mike Bobo to do the smart thing, and therein lies.
Well, there's a problem.
The path of madness, my friend.
But just run the football.
Depending on fucking Bobo. Okay, let's go to one of the other big games.
First of all, his last name is Bobo.
His son's the center.
My mom, listen, my mom is a 60-something-year-old lady, okay?
Yeah.
She still says, oh, wow, you got her those Bobo shoes. Like,
that's our offensive coordinator. What do you want me to say? That's, again,
it's literally in the title.
He's back. I can't believe
what if you just said, like, if just say this sentence out loud with me. Our offensive coordinator is Bobo.
I'm gonna say a different sentence. New head coach of yours, Auburn, Mike Bobo. Go to Auburn. Get out of my life.
Don't say Mike. Just say Bobo. Auburn's new head coach is Bobo.
Bobo. And they all are.
Like, because Hugh Freeze,
he's fired. Like, that's the other thing. Like this, we'll talk about the carousel after we talk about gambling. Let's talk about some more games. Penn State, Ohio State. Penn State's going to lose, but if they don't, it has the opportunity to be the funniest thing in the world.
Dude, I don't understand. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
And then Oklahoma at Tennessee, which the Oklahoma defense versus that offense is interesting. The Tennessee defense versus that offense is not.
No, Oklahoma should find a way to make things work.
Okay. I don't know, because the Josh Heupel offense doesn't maintain, like, does MTR and them hold the ball long enough to keep that offense off the field?
Well, that's a really good question.
That's where I've landed on this game, because I think that offense is rounded into shape Tennessee-wise. And I think that if you get enough cracks at Oklahoma, you're going to break through eventually. The question is, can you limit their opportunities to take those cracks? That's
right. And the speed and space offense, I think, does work. And it's interesting to watch, and it's very fun to see. It's painful for me personally to watch.
Yeah.
Because, and you and I have talked about this before, 53 and a third, right? 53 and a third. And if you line your guys up 1 yard in, 1 yard in on both sides, what's that? That's 1. That's 51 and a third.
Yep.
Then the next guy is on top of the numbers. That's a lot of
space.
Bro. Oh, by the way, I wrote something down too. Hang on. Let me find
Nothing between us but space and opportunity. It's a thing I used to say before fights. And that's all that Tennessee does, is create space and opportunity.
Hang on. Let me see if I have it up here. I think I left it. I left it downstairs. I think I left it downstairs.
Okay, what you got? We'll just go done with it.
Can we retire the tunnel screen?
It's all cycles. Like, remember, for years it was gone, and now it's back. It'll go away again.
But it's not good right now.
It's bad. It's poorly run tunnel screen.
It's terrible tunnel screens, and it makes me sick. I saw it in the NFL. I saw it in college. I'm like, this is terrible. And I'm glad Tennessee's not running.
Both those go to continuity for me. As you shuffle these rosters as dramatically as you are, it's hard to build the O-line continuity that you need for a strong screen game.
Right. Well, I think you can still run like a middle screen
Bubbles and middle screens. Yeah,
and
yeah.
you can run bubbles, but the tunnel is just, it looks like no one knows what's going on.
There's too much speed in the second level on defense now for tunnels to be effective, in my opinion. As
I
things shift back and we get more size on defensive linebackers, I think they can come back then. But like right now, it feels like a play out of time. I think you're right.
I honestly, I think that did we talk about the wing T and people just not knowing what was
Yeah, we
happening?
talked about that last week. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I think that the tunnel screen, I think both sides don't know what's happening.
Yeah. Everyone's at fault.
Like they don't know what they're supposed to do. Like the offensive line is like, well, I don't know, is different than the other screens. And then the defense is like, I guess I'm following him. And
Yeah.
it's like, y'all, none of y'all know what you're doing
At all.
Like, in my mind, you correct me if I'm wrong. You've done more of this than I have because I never played offensive line or defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
But it should always be the next guy, not the guy, the next guy. Where I don't need my tackle to block the defensive end. I need my guard to block the defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
I need my tackle to go get the safety or the linebacker or whatever it is. And then the next guy gets that guy that gets the tackle, and the next guy gets that guy. And now we've created a tunnel.
A tunnel. Yeah.
And then you guys block back, stop them from crossing the face.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a good explanation of it?
That's good basic how to run tunnel screen 101. Yeah.
And they're all out there like, what do.
And part of it is like assignment stuff because
Yeah,
when you got motion on the outs on the defensive line, things have to shift quickly, particularly in space, particularly against tunnel screens. Excuse me. I think that one of the problems you're seeing is that they're not handling the movement well, and also it creates different angles. So there's so much activity on the defensive fronts these days that it complicates the look. And one of the reasons bubbles and other screens work is
I
because
love these wall screens. These wall screens,
you've seen this,
they're
they've
so
kind of
good.
taken those old punt return ideas and turned them into a screen game, which I really enjoyed too.
I love them. I think they're beautiful. Like the wall screens where it's a pump action especially when it's like a pump action left to go back to the right, which gives the offensive line time to leak. Balls behind the line of scrimmage.
Show screen, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what you call them, shows? I call them walls.
Yeah.
I wall where you end up with tight end, lineman, and another wide receiver, especially the wide receiver that's in the slot that comes up and loops back.
Creates that whole thing right there.
That's a great screen. That's a great look. They don't know how to do a tunnel screen. I don't think they understand what they're doing.
And I think again, this is one of those things that's going to come cyclical as coaching improves and as people get used to it, or they'll get away from it and bring it back again in 10 more years. We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's go to the last topic for the day because you're 100% right. We should talk about this. When the FBI arrested Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups, everyone turned to sports to figure out the story. What is going to happen? Mm-hmm. What you may have noticed when people were talking about this is that their screens had betting logos on them, or that their podcast opened with "Brought to you by FanDuel" or DraftKings or whoever. Sports media was taken over by gambling companies in the year 2020 when the live revenue dried up, and they said, "How else can we make money to make sure these shareholders don't run scared?" And the way they did that was say, "Hey, gambling, get over here." Now, you can have your own moralistic choices about gambling. I think it's stupid and bad. I think it's particularly gambling on children is stupid and bad. But I'm also of the belief that an idiot and his money are soon parted. However, the most disgusting part of what's happened is that now gambling happens here.
Yeah,
it's not like I've got to go to a sports book to get this done. It's not like I've got to go find a bookie or meet a guy behind a bar. I can do it on my phone. That's where we're talking about real addiction, real societal harm, and specifically talking about athletes because, Felder, you and I were just mentioning November 1st, the day after this podcast posts, it is legal for college athletes to bet on professional games. Felder, when you were at UNC and a guy would get drafted and he was your friend, you'd probably know if he was hurt before anyone else, right?
Yeah. Of course.
You'd know if that guy, not even you guys were friends, but he's not hurt, but someone on his team is hurt. You'd know before anyone else, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like they're putting these kids in their trick bag to get caught up.
Well, that's the thing for me. I think the phone part is important, but the thing for me is guys getting so down bad that they get leaned on.
That's the next step, yeah. Explain that for the listeners, because you and I know what we're talking about. Just make sure everyone's caught up on the kind of the terminology we're talking about here.
Because like DraftKings and FanDuel, they're not going to lean on you, right? Like they're going to lean on your bank account.
Heavy.
But they don't lean on you. When I say getting leaned on, I'm talking about like actual like mafia shit. Like
it'd be real bad if something happened to you, dog. It'd be real bad if something happened to your knees.
Yeah. So you better help me out so I can help you out. Mm-hmm. And that's the part to me. I know I'm of two minds where if it was all just like on the up and up with respect to it being only on your phone, as you said, if it was just on your phone and if it was just like Calvin Ridley, right? Like insider trading, basically.
Yeah.
That's a white collar crime.
Whitest of collars.
But once you start dealing with like mafia shit, like that's that.
But that's the thing, is there's no way to keep that out, because if it's on my phone, it's on Tony Soprano's phone too.
Right.
And if I can't gamble and Tony can't, hey, what do you want to put on this game? Oh, cool, you lost. You were wrong about something. I'm gonna need to know everything that happens in the locker room for the next 10 days. What do you mean?
And that's the part that's scary to me. And but it's also the part that I do struggle with this. Now, I'm not a gambler. I'm terrible. I'm terrible with my own money, let alone other people's. But I just like the idea of like rigged poker games, X-rays, like
the Chauncey Billups one.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Physically hurt me, because the way I was raised, cheating at cards is a great way to get shot.
Well, listen, man. This is a lifelong like family, like I don't know if it's a secret or a rumor, but apparently there's a gang of people named Felder down in South Carolina, because we're from Georgia.
Yeah.
You know your boy. I still got my cred as a DSGB.
Yes, sir.
And I guess I have a great uncle who cheated at cards and then just pow.
Never heard from him again.
And he had to leave.
Yeah.
And he left, and now they got a gang of them down there. It's a different set.
Look, it is a great way to cheating at cards is a great way to have to answer the question, have you ever been pistol whipped before?
I cheat at cards every time I play them. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like holier than thou. I cheat at cards every time I play, but I know ain't none of the people that I'm cheating against, they can't beat me. Like, you can get smoked if you cheat a game. And now I will say this: I cheat at every card game I've ever played.
But you're playing with your daughter and shit, right? Like, you're not playing with like people who have guns.
No, hell no. Are you kidding me? That sounds dangerous as hell.
That's funny as shit. That sounds super dangerous. Why would I do that?
No, I'm not doing that. Listen, I've been around people with guns. Let me tell you something. It's not like a cool place to be.
No, nothing sweet around there, man.
No. And I cheat at cards because I know that nobody in the room can beat me. Like, I'll beat the wheels off of every single one of y'all in here.
So doing pre-cheat math. But it sounds like with Chauncey and them, like, it wasn't just cheating. It was like, this is robbery. This is a robbery through other words.
Yeah, it was. They stole money from people by lying. And that's how it worked. Like, I just think that, like, for me, the reality is, and I don't want to use the words like purity of sport. Cheating, again, I'm from North Carolina. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Like NASCAR, whole
Ric
deal.
Flair, woo!
I hate that, man. It's not a joke. I'm being fucking dead ass serious. I hate him. Like, will always. I know everybody thinks he's a fun act, but I've like met him before. I know his daughter. I know his daughter's
he's
first
an
husband.
asshole.
He's
an
a
asshole.
fucking terrible dude. He used to go to Angry Ales, which is across the street from where I live. Like, yeah, no, not him. But no, the thing for me is I really I hate that it's creeping, how much gambling's creeping in. And it's scary that like everybody goes with it wherever the money takes them. And it was it used to at one point it was what, like sodas, right? Pepsi, Coca-Cola. Then it went from that to trucks.
Yep.
Then it went from that like a rock. I was strong as I could be. Okay, yeah, we'll play this at halftime of the Thanksgiving game.
Whatever.
Detroit, yeah, buddy. And then you get to beer. And then now we're at gambling, and we're at DraftKings and FanDuel and all the BetMGM. I'm not gonna stop anything just because I do some work for them. But all that you see this natural progression, and it's very like rough to see how everyone is just, I don't know if capitulation is the right word, but it's the word I'm going to use. Where everybody bows down to the almighty dollar. That's the reality.
It is reflective of what society's turned into. I was listening to some interview with Jerry Seinfeld earlier today, just on the background, and he was talking about how in the 80s and the 70s, it wasn't about how much money you made, it's about how cool you were. Right. As long as you didn't have to live, like it didn't matter. But in the 80s, things changed because the only way to get rich was like you were like an oil magnate or like I deal in iron or like all this shit. In the 80s, a bunch of young guys, smart, dumb, whatever, were able to make money quickly. And that changed the entire paradigm of how we look at things as a society. When people are talking about music and they bring up record sales, I want to slap somebody. I'm like, yo, what are we doing? Oh, we're pocket watching? Is that how you determine what you like? If everyone else likes it, that's how I like it. Like, I'll never understand that. And I'm doing everything I can at 2 years old to indoctrinate Matthew to value things outside of just the almighty dollar, without being Pollyannish about like the things that require our lives to live in this world. I still want to make sure that I can watch a sport and not have a concern outside of what the line is or how much money I can lose on this. I want to be able to interact with things on a level of the way they're intended. I want to be able to talk about art without saying, well, how to do with the box office. And we've turned into such a analytical and requiring measurement society that, yeah, it eventually turns everything to spreadsheets, which brings me back to our original point of college football has not improved because of the playoff or the money or the larger everything. It's gotten worse.
There's two things. I think there are aspects that have gotten better, but none of it is because of the things that you mentioned, right?
Right.
College football isn't better because of the playoff. It's not better because of the money. It's not better because of the television. It's not better because of that. It's gotten better because of what's between people's heads, between their ears.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotten worse, as you mentioned. It's been watered down. People who are getting paid who shouldn't get paid. Billy Napier, why would you ever pay him? Ever? For what? To do what? For how?
Well, Kirby was talking about it when they asked him about Brian Kelly firing, and he refrained from calling the guy an asshole. That's why we're here to do that for him. But he did mention that you can't have a normal season anymore. You can't. No. You can't have a normal, wasn't the best year, but you've got to be in the running or zero. Turning college football, turning college athletics, turning baseball, turning anything that's a regional delicacy into a national pastime, you're going to lose something in the translation. Now football is like a zero-sum game.
No, here's the fucking thing. You know what we do in North Carolina? We do whole hog and pork butts. That's what we do, right?
Yep. Regional.
And guess what? You can't take that nowhere else. It's not going to work. They're going to try to spice it up and do something different. You can put this in Iowa, they're going to fuck it up real hard. Same thing with Memphis, right? Dry rub, ribs.
You know what? You know what it brings me back to from this weekend that I missed but I heard about? The no limit versus cash money versus.
Oh, speaking of no limit, this goes into the silo that we're talking about. Master P. He's like, there's no money in music anymore.
There isn't.
Because the only money in music is through touring.
Live performance. That's it.
That's it. So that's the only way you get that money. College football is still chasing that dragon of live TV being the way that they make their money.
Yep.
And they have to do it nationally now. But
at the expense of the in-game experience, at the expense of student sections, at the expense of name it that you love, the thing that you used to love about college football, why is it gone? Because they're chasing TV money. That's it. Full stop.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like if you think that you can get brisket that's in Texas, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to be able to get the same thing in what, Idaho? No. We can't port that over there.
No.
This is what we like. This is how we do it. The Texas State Fair, right? The Red River Shootout.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to say it on your show. I can't.
Yeah, you are. Damn it. So this is America.
I'm just saying, but like whatever they eat in the Midwest, whatever bullshit they eat, sucks. Probably.
You know what else really sucks? When you try to bring clam chowder to fucking Baton Rouge. Brian Kelly, I could not be happier if you're being fired. Never bring your food to this table again. Felder, tell everyone where they can find you, your writing, and your podcast.
It's felder.substack.com. Hand in the Dirt. It's a gardening podcast about football.
Truly.
Also, check out College Sports Now for Learfield. I do a Felder Friday I do 2 Felder Fridays, I guess, now. Huh? I do 2 Felder Fridays. And so I like doing it. I'm having a good time. Oh, shit, I almost forgot about this. Go to check out on Bleacher Report.
Thank you.
A series with Ed Reed. Ed Reed goes and breaks down the top quarterbacks. Josh Allen, I believe, is already out. I think Mahomes comes out next. We also have Saquon Barkley and Lamar Jackson in the next few weeks. I picked every one of those plays. To get to talk to and talk about plays with a Hall of Famer is amazing. And to know that, like, I understand that maybe people think I'm suspect, or as the kids say, I'm sus. Here's the reality. 6'7", your boy is absolutely out there cooking with one of the great ones, delivering plays, money machine, hitting him on the numbers. Let's roll.
Well, I don't know how do I top that outro, man? Thank you guys for listening. Again, always brought to you by the MTR Network, brought to you by Daniel Palmer Mortgages. If you can pay your rent, you can pay a mortgage. It's my job to help you qualify. Check out Life, Love, and Real Estate as we get you ready for 2026, whether that's business planning or buying your next home. That is it for this week. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. We're dropping these YouTube exclusives. You're going to have me and Susan talking about Love is Blind because holy shit, what a train wreck.
I'm going to talk to my wife and I'll email you.
Email me. You're in town this weekend, so I'm going to find some way to get some shelter from Felder shenanigans going. But that's it, man. You guys have a great weekend. We're going to be back on Tuesday with another podcast. That was your show. There is no outro. See you guys after the weekend.